You ever wish your everyday carry setup could adapt on the fly with you for your daily adventures? Today we're taking a look at the Modular Sling from Alpaka, the shape-shifting companion designed to keep up with the urban explorer or traveler in you. We're going to break down how this sling isn't just a bag, but a modular carry option ready to adapt to your world. Stick around as we unravel the flexibility that Alpaka brings to the table with its modular sling. So I've been testing the Alpaka Modular Sling for a few months now. I've used it as a travel sling, as an urban exploration sling, as an EDC sling, as well as a tech pouch. And there's definitely some stuff I like about it and some stuff I don't necessarily like about it. And we'll get into all those details here very shortly. Let's get started with specs. This sling is 4.17 inches wide. It's 1.96, so just under 2 inches deep. And then it's got an overall height of 7.48 inches, so just under 7.5 inches. The strap, when fully expanded, is 55.12 inches, so just a hair over 55 inches long. And then it weighs 150 grams, which comes out to 5.29 ounces. So pretty lightweight on its own, very small, unassuming. So moving on to the exterior, this is the hot orange version of the modular sling from Alpaka. This version comes in x-pac VX25. Most of the other colors come in x-pac VX21 with the exception of the new limited edition hot pink version they just released, and that is x-pac RVX20. So very nice material, and I think you can see the X pattern in it, right? So there is a very definite X pattern in this. You know, with the orange, with the hot orange, that pattern really stands out, which I think is a pretty cool look to it. With black X-pac and darker X-pac, you don't see that pattern as easily. You know, you might see it in the shape a little bit on a profile, but you actually can see the darker lines of the X-pac material in there. So very nice material. I really like how it feels and promises to be very durable, waterproof, water resistant, I should say. The orange color is very nice. It's extremely high vis, obviously. You can put this in a bag as a pouch and it's very easy to spot. You know, if you're trying to maintain low profile in an urban setting, maybe not the best color option, but if you're looking for, you know, something that you can drop this in the woods and probably see it from a helicopter a mile away. Well, that might be pushing it, but nice and high vis, so it has its purposes. The sling has two compartments that we'll get to internally in a moment, but we've got a phone flap pocket here, and then we've got the main zip pocket here, and this is a YKK waterproof zipper on there. Very nice zipper. Is a little snug because of that waterproofing, so otherwise though offers excellent protection to the contents of this bag. The optional strap on the back is nice. It is definitely seatbelt like material, very smooth. This is a very small, unassuming strap. The strap is removable. We've got these two buckles here, and these are relatively easy to remove. They've got these keepers on there. You squeeze it, push that out, and it's spring loaded. And then you can pop these off. Hypalon on the back, so the modular portion of this, we've got some Velcro straps on the back, in addition to another flap that buttons to the bottom, so you can use this to affix it to MOLLE. You can wrap these around a backpack strap. I have done that. I've tested it on a backpack strap, and I'll be honest with you, it's a little big to sit right there on your shoulder, so you know your arm's gonna hit it when you're walking. And nice idea, not very comfortable in practice. So the strap, when removed, there's very limited space on the inside, so you're not going to want to likely stuff that in there unless you've got the space. But if you're putting any amount of stuff in here, you're probably not going to have extra space. It's a very small sling. The sling, what I'll usually do if I'm using this as a pouch or a tech case, or I'm loading it into a bigger bag, I'll remove this, roll it up, tuck it into one of the pockets of the bigger bag, and I have it in there if I need it. If I want to use it as a sling, pull the strap out, clip it on, and I'm ready to go. As we mentioned, this is Hypalon. This material on the back, very durable 1680D nylon. Feels very nice. There's a little bit of padding in there, sewn in, it feels like, between that and the inside of the case. We've also got some Hypalon on the front right here, a patch sewn in that has some very low-key Alpaka branding. We've got this little flap, has some Alpaka protruding which I think breaks up that line very nicely and just adds a nice aesthetic to it. So I do like the design of this. You also have the contrasting nylon edge covering material that's black, so very nice contrast on this sling between the black and the orange. The zipper pulls are basically just Hypalon loops. Nice zipper pulls, little bit jangly, but not too bad. So overall, very nice materials, very good construction. It feels very premium. I think everything that went into this sling, including this 1680D nylon on the back, just makes it feel very premium for its size. Moving on to the interior, we'll start with the phone flap. So we've got a magnetic closure on this, right? Like satisfying click when that snaps shut. I have a iPhone 10 in here for demonstration purposes. My iPhone 13 Pro fits no problem. I haven't tried a Max. They do advertise it as this will accept an iPhone 14 Max, but it seems like it might be pretty tight in that pocket. You might have to move that to an interior pocket. I'm not 100% and I don't have a Max to test with it. Anyway, front flap pocket, that's for quick phone access. Nice magnetic closure. We've got some accordion style folds in there so that expands a little bit. On the inside you can see we've got some type of gray ripstop nylon, and phone fits in there neatly. Quick, easy access when you're wearing it. The main pocket unzips all the way around, but it doesn't clamshell open because you've got some gussets here that hold it, which is nice because you're wearing this vertically. When you open it, you don't want this whole thing to flop open and all your stuff falls out. So obviously, well thought out design there. You definitely want something holding this. I think maybe some gussets here that hold it, which is nice because you're wearing this vertically. When you open it, you don't want this whole thing to flop open and all your stuff falls out. So obviously, well thought out design there. You definitely want something holding this. I think maybe a little bit more. So we've got two slip pockets on either side. This one has a soft backing material, almost like for phone screen protection. You know, if you had a larger phone, you want to put it in there. I think the screen would be up against that nice, it almost feels like terry cloth, and it's nice material. So the rest of the interior is a gray ripstop nylon. So for demonstration purposes, I'll show you what I've loaded out in here. And I have field notes in the back pocket. This drop pocket is about halfway up and goes all the way down to the bottom. In front of that, I have Streamlight Micro Stream. These are very nice flashlights. I almost always have one of these on me because they're so small and bright, very bright. So next to that, I've got a mini charging cable, that 6-in-1 charging cable, I believe. The other side, I'm sporting a tiny little 10,000 milliamp battery bank, so that fits nicely in there. I've got some mints, my wallet, and a set of AirPods. So that's everything that fits inside there. I mean, I could stuff some more stuff in there, but that's what I've been loading it out. That would be a typical carry load out for me when I'm walking around town, or even as a potential EDC pouch in my backpack. So looking a little bit closer at the inside now, since it's empty, you can see the nylon ripstop material. Very nice look to it. Diamond pattern. You've got Alpaka label with some branding and keep moving forward on there. As I mentioned, the two slip pockets. You've got these two elastic loops right here, and then a smaller slip pocket underneath them. So another alpaca tag, and that's it. That is the interior of this sling. So not a whole lot to it, very minimalist, but nicely designed. All right, so let's talk what I like and what I don't like about this modular sling from Alpaka. So first and foremost, I do like the modular design. I like that it's adaptable. You can use it as a sling, a tech case, you can attach it to a bag. So as a matter of fact, if we pull this off, now that that's out of the way, just to kind of demonstrate how the modular part works, if I want to take my GR2 on a trip, for instance, and maybe I want to use this as a tech pouch, it's very simple to pull this snap out of here, expose this, And if I want to affix it so it's always in the same spot, I just shove that through the MOLLE. And what's nice is I don't even have to do the typical MOLLE where I'm gonna weave it, because I don't really need that level of security. I just kind of want it to stay put. So now I've got that snapped in right there, and I've still got space for some taller items on the side. You know, this is gonna be where I want it. I could probably, nah, I don't think I can put it one spot over. I think that would be a little on the tight side, but that's an option if you wanted to use it in that method. Then you want to take it, grab it and go, pull that snap out, slide that out, snap it back together, put the strap on, and you got yourself a little daytime or day exploration sling, which is nice. I mean, you've got a lot of options with this setup in the back. You could put this on a belt if you wanted to wear this on your belt, I suppose. I mean, it's probably, I mean, size-wise, it's not too bad. Very versatile because of those straps on the back and the modularity designed into it. So, I like that setup. I do like the modular design. It's adaptable, and that would be my favorite part of this sling. Number two, and it's really tied for number one, I really like the materials and the construction on this. The 1680D nylon on the back just feels solid. It feels bulletproof. The x-pac looks great. It feels great. And it's not crinkly at all. I mean, maybe a tiny bit, but very, very nice design, excellent materials. The Hypalon feels solid. Got some good tacking in here. The waterproof zipper, everything combines to make this feel very premium and very well made. So I do like that about it. So lastly, and number three, is the fact that it is minimalist, low-key, unassuming. Again, the hot orange isn't the most unassuming color, but they do also offer it in an olive, they offer it in a black, they offer it in a coyote-like color, tannish. So, you know, if low-key is your thing, you want a very unassuming pouch that is nice and compact, doesn't get in the way, lightweight, this is a great option. So moving on to what I don't like. And there's really only one thing I don't like about this sling, but it's potentially a fatal flaw, and that's wasted space. So I'm gonna open this up to show you how I have it loaded out right now. Since all the organization is concentrated at the bottom, all the contents are at the bottom, and I'm at about max right there. So if you can see in, that should be a good top view, but if you could see in there, I'm at about max right now. So that's about the max you're gonna get in there and still be able to zip it up, right? All that stuff meets at the bottom. Well, with all that stuff being at the bottom, and you'll see I'm able to zip it, but I feel like, you know, a stick of gum more, and this would get difficult to zip. And you can see when I'm squeezing this bottom like that, look how much space there is on top of this sling, right? So you have all that space up there with nothing to put in it. And you know, if you do have that bigger phone and the screen goes up there, so you'll use some of that space. Otherwise, that's a lot of negative space right there. I've done so, sometimes I'll take my wallet and I'll kind of tuck it up here on top of this pocket, and then it's out of the way. It makes it a little bit more minimal and it feels like I'm using that space. However, I'll tell you, every single time I unzip it, then that wall flops down like that, and now it's blocking everything inside there, and I gotta move it out of the way. I'm also would be very concerned that they could fall out because these gussets are down there. I think what maybe if we had gussets that went up higher, you could fill that space out a little bit more, put some taller items in there. I don't know, I think maybe, you know, this could use a pocket up there. Whatever the case, that is my one gripe with this sling, is that wasted space. And I think you've got a pretty good view of what I'm talking about there. So overall though, I do like this sling. That is one minor drawback. Keep that in mind if you're looking at this sling and thinking about purchasing it. It's really well made, really nice, but you do have some wasted space in there. Let's take a minute to talk use case scenarios. Who is this for? Really, anyone looking for a well-made minimalist sling that can double as a tech case or a MOLLE pouch, this is for you. And really, the options are unlimited. You can use this, again, attach to your belt. You can wear it as a sling. You can attach it to the MOLLE on the exterior of your bag, the MOLLE on the interior of your bag. So extremely versatile. So what if you don't think this sling is for you? Check out some of the other reviews I've done lately. I've done a review on the Air Day Sling 3. That's a great sling, slightly bigger than this, but excellent for everyday carry. I've reviewed the CrossPod 2 Hybrid, the new one from Codabel, and that's also a fantastic sling. If you're looking for something a little bit bigger, I've reviewed some larger slings, and those are all available on my channel page.